And we're live?
Yeah.
All right.
Cheese and crackers, bro.
Action.
I'm telling you.
Cheese and crackers?
Chips, rice, candy nice. You know what I mean?
You're having a stroke.
5 times twice. You know? Double tip. You know what I mean? Don't be scared.
This is you when you're a homeless schizophrenic on the street, but you think you're doing a podcast. This entire podcast has been made up inside your crazy head.
Dude, I'm just talking to 2 really nice trash bags.
Yeah.
My closest friends. Here we are with my best pals, 2
Right.
half full bags of trash. You goddamn right they're half full.
You took a shit and like made smiley faces on both of them, like Wilson the volleyball.
Oh, man. So, my family's driving me nuts.
Kevin called me on speakerphone in front of his whole family.
I called you. You called me.
I called him, but you put me on speakerphone
Had to
in
do
front
it
of the
to
whole
you.
family.
Had to do it.
Yeah.
My speaker on my phone doesn't work. The small one.
Oh, okay.
So I got to use a big dog. And my almost my folks.
Your daughter was really giving you the Jeff Ross treatment.
Oh yeah, she's a real roast master. I mean, she was trying to date a younger woman.
Yep, that's right. And she wears that big stupid hat.
Oh God.
And she has no eyebrows anymore for some reason.
Hi, I'm Jeff Ross. I'm not balding. I'm not. Okay.
I just have alopecia.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? He wears hats, and we're giving a shit about it. You know what I mean?
Looks like an old Jewish cowboy.
Hey Ben,
Well, dude, hold it 1 second.
what's the number this month so far?
Hold on.
How many dudes?
1 second.
Yeah, how many dudes do you have sex with, man?
1 second. Hold on.
He's calculating on an abacus.
Oh, dude, your family's calling. You think we should answer?
On the podcast?
I mean, I don't know what they're gonna say. I don't even. If you want, yeah.
I mean, I could let it ring and go to voicemail, or
I say we answer it.
let it just go to voicemail. It's actually a really cool feature that when you let it go to voicemail, it just records it and then it's over. It's pretty great. Here, go ahead. Send them to voicemail.
Yeah, send it to voicemail.
send it to voicemail?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. The number you have dialed is correct. Beep.
Dad, it's me, your son and daughter. We just wanted to let you know.
Talking at the same time. And
They were both talking at the same time in unison.
Oh, wow.
It's matched up so perfectly that you cannot even distinguish it.
Uh-huh.
It's me, your daughter Patrice, and your son O'Neill. And we just wanted to tell you that that big black guy came over through the window, and him and mom are wrestling in the other room.
They do this bit all the time. I think it's so funny.
Yeah, we're pretty sure they're fucking. We know what fucking is now.
Hey, baby, come on now. Don't be giving up on me now. Come on, girl.
Should we call him back? Because I don't think. Maybe there's something else going on.
Did you hear something in the background?
I just think we should call him back.
You want to give him a call back?
Yeah.
That was my
okay.
wife's vibrator. It's voice activated.
Or maybe they'll just call us. Oh, here we go.
yeah. What do you know?
Wow, serendipity. They just
right
called
back.
up.
Just
Yeah.
send them right to voicemail. Go ahead.
Yeah, send him to voicemail again.
Send them to voicemail again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Please leave a message after the beep.
Wow, 2 different voicemails.
Beep.
Hey, Dad, it's me, your daughter Patrice, and your son O'Neill again, talking at the same time.
Oh, well, something might be wrong.
We just want to let you know that Mom and the black guy, he's our new dad now. So
Good stuff.
You should pick up the phone, Kevin. They're just waiting for you to pick up the phone.
All right.
Seems urgent.
yeah, he picked up your drum kit, and he said this is how a real brother play a drum kit.
Okay, now that's too far. Okay. Hello?
Oh, hey, Dad, it's us.
Now, what are you saying here? You saying there's a big black guy playing my kit?
Yeah, playing a drum kit. Yeah.
Tell him to be careful. Don't when he puts the cymbals on. You gotta just use the sides. Don't grab them.
He said this is a drum kit for crackers.
Man, I honestly feel kind of honored that a black man's playing my drums.
He said it was some cracker ass drums.
Oh, see that now. He ain't wrong.
He said this boy play drums as bad as he fuck, which is bad.
That hurts. That combines 2 things that I'm always thought I was good at.
Oh, and he played Red Dead Redemption and he beat your high score.
My wife calls me the Usain Bolt of sex.
Because you're always draped in a Jamaican. Oh, they hung up, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Because you're always draped in a Jamaican flag when you fuck.
Yeah, no, I always I come the fastest,
Right.
faster than any man in the history. People are blown away.
Yeah, you get in the blocks to fuck.
That's right. It's because I've always raw dogged my whole life, ever since I was a baby.
They're calling again.
Oh, okay, I'm just gonna hang up on.
Yeah,
it.
let's just hang up.
on him, man.
Click.
Yeah. Amanda, I hung up on that one. Let's just turn the phone off.
Okay.
Yeah, just turn it off. It's all right. It's just a black.
Yeah, there's probably going to be. Oh, you got to turn the damn phone on.
All right, it's
Hey,
off.
go ahead. Just hold on.
Yeah, there's going to be a.
I'll connect it back up again
Yeah.
here. Hey, hello.
Hey, Dad. Oh, the phone rang for a second. Hi, Dad.
Yeah.
We love you.
Oh,
What's going on with Dad? Did you not pay the phone bill?
Hang up on that bitch ass bitch.
All right, Dad, we got to go. Bye. Sorry for all the bad bits.
The feeling of worry.
It's great having a family.
Unleashed, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome.
If this gonna be that kind of party, I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potato. Oh God, they're gonna know I'm dumb.
Where we go one, we go all. Trust the plan. Good evening, Midnight Riders, my fellow patriots. Welcome to Brain Jail.
Welcome to Brain Jail, folks.
the official QAnon podcast.
The official QAnon podcast and a podcast with all the correct opinions.
Yeah, the LBGTQ Anon podcast.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Shout outs, Elliot Page.
You're missing about 42 letters there, by the way, but I guess that's your bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Welcome to Brain Jail, folks, the podcast with Ben and Jace Avery and myself, Kevin Tinkin. If you enjoy the pod, first off, I'm going to ask you to do something. You're like, all right, I'm going to sit down and relax. And then I'm like, do this. Go outside, make a banner, all right? Pull your hog out, all right? Start flapping it around. Hopefully you're on a big, busy street.
Right.
And there's people across the way that can see your hog slapping around and they're calling the cops. And you're going to jail for sure because what you're doing is wrong. But you're doing it for the greater purpose that you have made a banner. This is Listen to Brain Jail Podcast.
Right.
5 stars. You know what I mean? I'm all about it. Ah, man. I remember when my mom died. I was at the funeral.
Oh, yeah?
And the coroner said, I got good news and bad news. I said, what's the bad news? I go, he goes, your mom's dead.
Yeah.
I go, what's the good news? He goes, I just raised your podcast 5 stars. And honestly, you know, a Tiger, when he won the Masters and he does his fist pump.
What
Right.
year?
97,
First
of course.
year.
97.
Year one?
Or, you know, I'm going to say year 2 when he really got emotional and hugged his dad.
97.
97. Yeah, the big fist pump. That's what I do.
Right.
I did that at my mom's funeral, and then I did backflips down a hill forever, continuously.
Yeah.
And then you hugged Earl Woods.
Had to do
Yeah.
it. And I go, hey, Earl Woods, you're giving me some woods
Right.
now because I love puns and erections.
And then his wife was like, why you no golfer? Why you no golf good?
You golf better. You should be because you 5'11" and a half. That's a good size.
Tiger 6 foot.
That's what I know, but she's always hated that about me.
You know what's interesting? Oh, sorry. Keep doing the intro.
Feel free to reach out to us at brainjailpod@gmail.com. Please follow Jace Avery at Sad Drawings by Jason, Ben Avery at Riri Soda, and me at my name. Ben, you were saying?
It's always interesting. Like every couple of weeks or so, you see a video of some crazy sport in another country where they like all like duct tape themselves to like the biggest tree they could find, and they just go down a hill into a wall, and they all die.
Dude,
and you find out that's the biggest sport in that country.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, are you talking about, did you watch The Champions on Netflix?
No, what is that?
I think it's called The Champions. It's like 30-minute documentaries. And the first one is about cheese rolling, where they roll a
in
piece of
England.
cheese down the hill
Yeah.
and people just fall down a hill.
Yeah, and like multiple people get like horrific concussions and like
Yeah,
broken legs and shit.
Yeah, they don't go over that too much. They talk about the spirit of the race, you know, and the tradition and whatnot, but they don't talk about the, Dolph, who used to be Benjamin, who got a brain injury so bad that he became the town's retarded rapist.
The town's retarded rapist.
Double R.
Based on a true story.
Double R.
Yeah.
I don't even know why it's bad.
Yeah, he's in the yellow pages as Benjamin retarded rapist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
You know-
I just say yes and to my own thoughts. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of time there's no thoughts there.
He's got an old timey Western store that says "ye old retarded rapist" on it.
Ye old since whenever the bitch here.
Right? Yeah.
EST.
Uh-huh.
I like calling women bitches.
Same. I don't, though. I read the Bible,
Yes.
which is based on a true story.
Is that right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
says that on the inside of my Bible.
Yeah.
Based on a true story.
Yeah.
Well, me and Ben, we read the Extreme Teen Bible, and it's
Yeah.
got a skateboarder on the front of it.
Yeah.
It has Jesus doing a kickflip. He's grinding the crucifix.
Yeah.
For some reason-
on this one, Jesus gets mad pussy. Yeah.
And he chews bubble gum.
well, he doesn't have sex. He only finger bangs, and he chooses a Bubba Yum with the duck with the mohawk on it.
oh, yeah. And he reads Jughead magazine.
He drinks a Sobe lizard water.
Yeah. And sometimes in the morning, he has Fruity Pebbles and a Fruitopia.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Delicious. Dude, if there was a movie that was like the Bible based on a true story, it's by Kevin Smith with Jay and Silent Bob as Jesus and Mary Magdalene.
Yeah, I like that.
Is Silent Bob Jesus?
I don't know. Should he be?
I think he should be Mary Magdalene.
Who's screaming outside?
It's just some fucking people walking up we got a stairway directly next to our house.
Some more clues for the people out there looking hard for this home. There are people out there.
Yeah, just look for any stairway.
We're not even in a home.
Yeah, we're in an adobe,
That's right.
a Mexican adobe.
We
Yeah.
live in the sewers, actually.
We live in the Pablos of New Mexico. We're in one of those old houses that they just built into the side of a cliff.
Yeah, see, look, there's Cross Jesus in that place where we live.
Right, exactly.
I always, when people ask me my address, I go that place where we live.
Yeah. I just tell people I live at Foot Locker.
Foot Locker.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm like, hey, I'm a huge fan. I'd like to ship you something. I'm like, well, ship it to this Foot Locker.
right.
That's where I live.
See, and I moved next door to the Seafood City.
Oh,
I live inside
great.
Seafood
Yeah.
City. And when I go to sleep, I just pull a big tilapia over the top of me like a blanket.
Seafood City, California.
Seafood City, California.
Yeah. Population me.
No, it's first. That's like a Pokemon city. Every Pokemon city was like Pikachu Town.
Yeah, it was like Lakeville or something. And it's just like that's where the water Pokemon are. Yeah, Pokemon, man. What a crazy. Do you guys remember Pokemon?
Oh man, don't get me started.
First of all,
Folks, you ever hear of this thing called Pokemon, folks?
did you guys say Pokemon or Pokemon?
Pokemon.
I said Pokemon.
Pokemon, I think.
Pokemon.
As a kid, I said Pokemon, but now I think it's officially Pokemon.
I always called it nerd shit because I was a cool kid.
Yeah, you were a gangster kid.
I was cool. I was praising the Lord, hip, with a bandana on.
Freestyling.
Yeah, you ever pray with a bandana on?
Oh yeah, all the
It
time.
feels good.
When we would go preach at the prisons, bandanas nonstop.
What color would you go with?
Oh, I go red. If I was going block C, I go
Whoa.
red. But if I was going to block D, I go blue.
Kevin,
Look, I wear red because it's the color of blood, like the Lord shed for me, folks.
Jesus was a crip, y'all.
Yeah, parishioners, let me tell you something.
Jesus sea-walked his way right off that cross.
3 days later, he rose again like a lowrider hopping high in the air.
he rose 3 days later, way to take the weekend off.
Yeah.
Do you think when it comes to Christ,
Jesus Christ.
excuse me, pardon me, Jesus Christ
Of Nazareth?
of Nazareth,
Oh, I thought you were talking about
which is
my
interesting.
neighbor.
The carpenter?
Which didn't hail from Nazareth, was born in Bethlehem,
That's true, folks.
but the guy he's a fucking liar.
Yeah, well, it was Jesus.
He's like,
of
hey, I'm
Nazareth.
Jesus of Nazareth. It's like, weren't you born in Bethlehem? It's like, Jesus, would you shut the fuck up?
Oh yeah, that's true. But I don't say Kevin from hospital.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
That's where you were raised. That's where he was doing most of his preaching.
Oh, so this is my question.
Yeah. Oh, please.
Kevin, did you know anybody, and I just thought of this and it has to be a thing. Do you think anybody growing up like in these non-denominational churches, like hip churches, do you think any of them freestyle like to a hip hop beat like prayed?
Oh, wow.
Where they're like, will you bow your head in prayer? And then
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
and then they just like they just prayed to a beat and just freestyle. They made it rhyme.
Dude, we had a freestyle rapper come to our church and rapped while we did a worship song.
Did he have like a story at the beginning of how he went to prison and stuff?
No, but the pastor did bring it up later. I'll
There's no reason, like it's not a part of the guy's narrative at all.
He walks off and he's like, "Give it up." By the way, he went to prison. Give it up for Jesus Hernandez.
a slightly medium breeze is enough for a pastor to bring up a story about it that ties into the Bible somehow.
Right, yeah.
It's always.
We had a guy at our church who was like a reformed gangbanger.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was a Mexican dude and he had the fucking like mud and chop like
Yeah.
mustache.
Yeah.
And then like balding but like long greasy hair that went like pat, and he'd be like fucking Jesus and shit.
Oh, for real, dog?
Yeah. He never
for
talked to
real.
anybody, but that's how in my head I imagine he talked.
Now, there was a white guy who had a bunch of tattoos and just looked hard as shit. You know, people look like a
Machine
just-
Gun Kelly.
yeah, but he's a poser ass bitch. You know what I mean? I'm talking about a real, like, the guy, he just looked hard. His face looked like leather. It was rough.
He looked like
porous.
methanol. Like
Yeah.
methamphetamine.
Yeah, there was hash marks for every year that he was alive that he just scraped onto his forehead.
Right.
And he'd been doing it since he was a baby.
Like a prison wall.
Yeah, but I do remember he is like, I was in and out of the pen for like 25, 30 years for murder. And the Lord saved me, man. I'm just like, oh, okay. No, there's a whole video. There was a video series. There was a bunch of testimonies and stuff. I mean, hey, if you can get your life turned around from something that you don't like about what you're doing to something else, good for you. But it would always crack me up because it'd be like, yeah, we used to pull our socks up and we'd only wear red on this side of town.
And we like killed like 14 children and shit.
Kind of reminds me of like Jesus Christ a little bit, like because like he like shed blood, which is red, but like it like in the pictures his eyes are always blue. You know what I mean? Like, and if he had red eyes, I'd be like, is Jesus high right now? So it's like he's kind of dumb to like have like a rivalry and stuff. You know what I mean? He's giving a sermon
Right.
with like a 40 in his hands.
Wearing a big diaper. Yeah.
It's like you guys like should like love your brother. You know what I mean? Like even if your brother's like one of the East Side cockroaches,
Right,
Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and every flips out in the audience.
Yeah.
Like, oh, not the East Side cockroaches.
Yeah.
We hate those guys. Some guy like mentions an infraction that they
Right.
did to his family 6 months earlier from the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I know, man. Like, but you gotta forgive. You know what I mean? Like if I go blap blap in one cheek. Like, just show me your other cheek, you know what I mean? And I'll blap blap on that, too.
Yeah. Don't forget our biggest rivals, fool, which is the Little Rascals.
Yeah.
The Little Rascals are a gang on the east side, and they're terrorizing it.
To the TRG, bro, the tiny rascal.
They'll
gang.
pull around the little dog in a wagon and come up with schemes to make money and shit. And it's like brutal.
And honestly, like, I had an issue with those guys because they were part of, like, the He-Man Woman Hater Club. And, like, I've always been about, like, inclusion,
Yeah.
you know, within the genders.
Like, you know me, I'm all about forgiveness, but Buckwheat raped my sister. So, you know, we got bad blood.
But I let it go, dog, because, like, I seen her, like, that day, too. I mean, like, my mom always used to say she had it coming. And I, like, honestly, like, 85% agree, even though, like, in the modern day, like, doesn't jive with, like, my mom's philosophy. But, you know, like, she kind of a whore. And I don't know if it's because.
Is this guy
or
still giving a
because.
sermon?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a youth sermon.
Yeah, everybody has their hand on their gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
By the-
little rapist.
By the way, we did get an email this week from a woman that said that she appreciates how there's very little male toxicity. It doesn't get very toxic on the podcast.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm trying to pump it up.
I just watched Nate on Netflix.
Nate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Natalie Palamides. Netflix
It's a really
special.
funny show. Yeah. She dresses up like a guy, like she's topless but she has a bunch of chest hair and a mustache
And a big
shit.
fake dick.
Really? I don't
yeah.
know. When did that come out?
I don't know. It's on
like
Netflix.
2 days ago. Yeah, but she's been doing that show for years. It's really
Oh, I
funny.
know. I definitely know who that is.
Not her funniest character, though. Her funniest character is that woman with the big cock who's possessed by the devil.
Right, yeah, I've seen her do that. It's
Very.
good.
It made me like cry laughing.
Yeah.
But Nate, maybe you'll be interested in it, Kevin. It's a comment on toxic masculinity and the fragility of men.
Which you're like mad passionate about and shit.
Oh, I'm so passionate about it. I can't wait to bring this up at the book club that I'm a part of. All male writers. Easy to do.
Kevin
We
has
just read good books.
Do you have a male comedy writing club?
Yeah.
Males only.
Yeah.
And you guys get together and swap jokes.
Yeah. I heard my wife laughing at one of our jokes in the hallway. She got a beating. Got a big beating because it's a man's joke.
And then you gave her a steak to put over her eye.
And just like a woman stealing from a man. Can't even laugh on your own.
Hey,
Yeah.
all jokes aside, how great would an all male comedy club be? Where it's guys only.
All jokes
Guys
aside. I mean,
And it would
a
just
guys only comedy club. Think about it, boys.
it would
come on.
It would devolve into just the most racist comedy of all time. Like immediately it would just be horrific.
Yeah.
Because no women would be around to judge us at all.
No wives allowed. No women allowed.
Yeah, you point and you go, "Hey, that's a woman," and it's just it's a lady dressed up like in a big trench coat
Yeah.
and a mustache,
Yeah.
trying to sneak in.
hey guys, not me. I'm a guy. I'm a man.
She's writing a blog underneath her trench coat.
Yeah, you can
Well,
in a little laptop.
But think
you can hear
about
her
it.
fingernail or her long nails clicking on the
Yeah.
keyboard.
I'll have one whiskey and Coke, please.
Well, I wasn't going to change my nails to pretend to be a man.
Think about it, though. Follow me here for a second, boys.
Okay.
Comedy clubs, they have Black Night.
Okay.
It's what they put on the sign.
well, they say urban night.
which is way worse.
Yeah, I mean, Black Knight does sound rough too.
I always run up there and put a T in front of it.
My friend, we came for the comedy show. What the fuck is going on?
I show up with a turban on.
Right. We came for a comedy show. Now there's a bunch of guys who robbed my store here. What's going on? Come on, my friend.
I know racism here at the comedy club, only from the stage, sir. Okay.
So they have Latin night.
Yeah.
They have ladies' night even.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, how about a night for the fellas? Guys only at the comedy club to really just let it all hang out.
Yeah, sausage night.
I like it. You could call it the sausage fest.
Yeah, sausage fest. And no women are allowed.
Honestly, that would be a very interesting thing.
The headliner is always Joe Rogan.
Oh,
and that's it.
No. Dude, I mean, think about how like the opinions of Patrice O'Neill. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like he hated women, or he was like his opinions of women.
Yeah, he was very wise.
Yes. Yeah. He was
Wise beyond his years.
Again, folks, this
He's
is
filled with hate.
this is the correct opinions,
Which is
podcast.
wise. It's
Yeah.
wise to be filled with hate.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Yeah, that is he the one with the joke about if you dressed up as a police officer and I came to you and said officer? No, that's Chappelle. That's Dave Chappelle. He goes,
I was confused the two as also.
oh, I see what
Yeah,
you're
it's
doing
pretty
here.
fucked up of you, man.
Kevin thinks they all look alike.
No,
He's
I
like,
just-
Dave Chappelle, Patrice O'Neill.
Kevin's like,
what's the difference?
Who's that? He says Dave Chappelle. He's like, I was actually thinking of Earthquake. I was thinking of Bruce.
Yeah.
What if you think a guy's racist, but he just has the worst eyesight ever?
Right, yeah.
But he doesn't want anybody to know that he's blind.
He has that facial recognition disease where
Yeah.
he can't actually make people out.
Yeah, he gets uncomfortable because your TV's black. He's like,
Any black guy who walks up to him, he's like, Dr. Martin Luther King. Nice to meet you again.
He's always very concerned though. Like he'll be like, I voted for Obama. The moment that you come up,
Right. And he accidentally voted for Herman Cain because he couldn't tell them apart.
he's talking to a light post, going, "Friday's actually my favorite movie."
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, "Man, look at that dude
Yeah.
over there talking to light."
Yeah,
JC
yeah.
votes for Ben Carson.
Yeah, he votes for Ben Carson.
Trying to vote for Obama. Brad Pitt said in an interview that he has face blindness.
Really?
Is that
Yeah.
true? Interesting.
I wonder if it's just like a guy who knows a lot of people who doesn't want to insult others. Like can just say
That is,
they have
if you're a
face
celebrity,
blindness.
that's the perfect excuse. Because
Yeah.
how many people come up to me like, Brad, we worked together on that movie 18 years ago in Toronto?
Right. We were in a trailer for 6 months straight.
Right. And he's like, I've been getting blown for 40 years nonstop. You think I have time to remember people or places?
You just walk up to him and be like, "Hey, it's me, Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm gonna suck your cock." He goes, all right.
All right, fine. I'm getting sucked
Brad.
off right now.
Can't tell. Can't hear the difference between voices either.
How about instead of Brad Pitt, it's fat shit.
Okay.
And it's a guy who has Brad Pitt's career, but he's like 555 pounds.
Yeah.
And he's just disgusting as fuck.
And he's in every movie as Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11, but he's
Benjamin Button, the
he's-
whole career.
He's always eating bugles in every movie scene.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's always eating in movies.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, if you watch Ocean's 11, he's eating in literally every scene.
Yeah, he's eating pistachios.
It's a
Yeah.
great. It's a great acting technique because it helps you be normal, or pretend to be normal because you're doing something you've done.
So fat shit would do the same thing, but he's eating ice cream in every
He's
single
just.
take.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's eating shit.
Right, he's eating shit.
He's eating his own shit.
Out of those bags that they put pickles in at the movie theater.
Oh,
That's what he's eating shit out of.
Oh,
Nice.
nasty.
He pulls it out of a jar with tongs and puts it in a big paper wrapper.
What if in another universe, instead of like having pickled eggs at a bar, there's pickled shit.
Right. Imagine, if you will, a world where people ate shit all the time.
In screenwriter school, they taught us to have the character always be eating something as like a technique where you're like, oh, maybe the doctor always is eating sunflower seeds, or
Right.
like he pulls a Reese's peanut butter cup out of his pocket when he gives the diagnosis. Like it just makes this scene more interesting.
Yeah.
So
We all like in one scene had some guy like I think I had in one scene like some guy's on a fishing boat and he just like pulls out like Jolly Ranchers and he's just like sucking on
Nice.
Jolly. Like it made no sense.
that's a perfect
He's like,
indie
good.
movie,
That's
though.
you really made that work in that scene.
Yeah,
It added nothing to the story whatsoever.
but it's
A
cool.
plus added Jolly Rancher.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a scene in The New Pope, that Jude Law show. Like the first episode, he goes, "Can I get a Diet Cherry Coke?" And you're literally supposed to come like in that moment. Like that's the intention,
Right.
Because they're like, "Can you imagine the Pope drinking a Diet Cherry Coke?
Oh yeah.
He should be raping kids."
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't believe it. He's concerned about his figure, but he loves cherries.
Yeah. You wrote a movie where the guy's just eating pussy the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just pulls out like an airhead as he's eating pussy.
Yeah. You ever put ice in the pussy while you eating it?
Oh man.
It's nice. Mad nice.
Dude, I would love to put
Nice.
Mad nice.
Is it
dog.
true if you touch dry ice you like die because it's toxic?
No.
Or could you put dry ice like in your pussy?
Oh, you would kill the skin.
Yeah, you would like lose a lot of skin, but you make the pussy real big, so that'd be good. Yeah, being the pussy up and shit.
You've never touched dry ice and burnt
I've
yourself?
always heard you have to use gloves because like it'll burn your skin off and kill you.
Yeah, because it's so
It won't
cold.
kill you. How does you burning your skin off equate to killing you?
Because then you bleed out.
I mean, if you hypothetically encased your entire body in dry ice, yes, you would die.
Yeah,
You know?
probably.
You'd suffocate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, follow me on this. How about guy ice?
Okay.
Hell yeah.
It's ice only for guys.
Welcome to Guy Ice.
Yeah.
Can you handle it?
It's ice that's not gay.
That's good.
Ice for straight guys.
Yeah, it's all the ice is made out of pussy juice, so you know that you're straight when you're drinking a vodka soda.
Hell
It's
yeah.
dry vanilla ice, and it's vanilla ice, but it's for your dad.
Yeah, it smells like shit. It smells horrific.
Always.
Yeah, it's got bits of hair in it and shit. You're like, I only do Guy Ice. I love it.
Oh man, you guys ever eat your own shit?
Once, yeah.
I put my shit in the freezer once.
Really?
Yeah. And then I threw it through someone's window.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Wait, did you really do
I
that?
shit in my freezer and let it froze, and I took it and I ran outside and I chucked it through the neighbor's window.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, it hit their TV and it shattered their television.
No, it didn't.
And they leaned their head out the window like, what the fuck? I was like, fuck you guys. You guys fucking suckers.
You just described
Fuck you.
an episode of South Park.
Is that what you're doing?
No.
You're the guy who's making up lies, but it's stolen from South Park.
Yeah.
This is what a lot of people just do on their podcast, though. Is they just make up stories.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like more than you realize are full of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the majority of the podcast where it's like
Kevin,
yeah,
that reminds me.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about the time I robbed the Federal Reserve?
It's a wild
So,
story, man.
It's not that crazy of a story, but flash forward to I had to spend 6 months in prison for holding the president hostage inside the Federal Reserve.
right.
Wow.
That's when I started doing stand-up comedy.
No fucking way.
Yeah. Then I swore when I would get out after my 6-month sentence for the crime I committed,
Yeah.
that I promised the inmate, is this one-armed guy named Willie, who always told me, he's like, hey, you're a really funny guy, because every day at lunch they would have an open mic in the prison.
In prison.
And I would go, like, everyone was doing poetry and comedy wasn't invented yet. This is like the 40s. And I'd go.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 53. So I'd go up there and I would just, comedy didn't even exist yet.
Yeah.
And I would just go up there and I'd be like, your wife ever fucking, you ever fucking rape her? Because she won't do the dishes.
Related, the everyman.
Yeah. And everyone's like, holy shit, you could I bet people could pay money to go see you do that. So when
That's
I got
crazy.
out, I promised myself that I would invent stand-up comedy. Crazy fucking story, huh?
Right.
So anyway,
Yeah.
that's how I got into stand-up.
That reminds me of a
I
lot of my-
invented it. In prison.
That's crazy. Yeah, it reminds me of my buddy, old Nine Toes.
Mm-hmm.
Had 9 toes on every foot. And
Right.
Is this a
hand.
true story?
100%.
So he had 18
dude.
toes
I haven't
total.
told you this before?
No.
No, he had 18 times 2.
Oh,
Had them on his hands, too. It's crazy. He used to put olives. You know the olives? You know olives?
yeah, from olive oil.
You know from olives? From Popeye?
Right.
But the thing, he would put them on every toe and every finger, and he would suck them off.
Right, of course.
And the CIA hated that, who I was working for at the time.
Yeah, this is you on WTF having a panic attack.
Yeah.
Because you just lied yourself in too much of a hole. You're like, yeah, man, it was crazy. I was raped by my dad in prison. I went to prison with my dad, and he raped me there.
He was a prison rapist. And he said just because I was his kid wasn't going to stop
Yeah.
him from raping me.
Never molested us as a kid, weirdly. Waited until I turned 18, which you got to respect a little bit.
Gotta respect it. Yeah, man to man. He always says you gotta do it like a man. It makes sense. He said, I'm not trying to take advantage of anybody. I'm straight up raping you.
Right, yeah.
And I've always appreciated that type of honesty from my dad. But anyway, old
So-
Nine Toes,
Oh, sorry. Continue, Kevin.
he
I was gonna
invented
say something.
time travel, which was I was one of the first people to do time travel.
Yeah.
And I was the first guy to go back in time and have sex with my own mom.
Yeah, sweating heavily.
When she was hot,
So you weren't the first guy to invent time travel. You were one of the guys.
I was one of the first guys. Yeah.
Gotcha. But you weren't the first.
No, I didn't invent it, but I was the first guy to go back in time and fuck his mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have sex with my mom. That's a funny joke I do sometimes, but in this case, it's actually true.
That's so crazy, man. I've never heard you tell that.
I know. That's why they used to call me motherfucker.
So,
which really caught on later.
Whatever happens to the time machine?
It's still around. Still around. I'm actually from the year 1912. So, yeah,
Wow.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. I used to.
I use it to get in here.
That's so crazy.
I know.
I'm fucking stupid, and I live in a flyover state. And
Yeah.
I make minimum wage, and I think that's real. Because I think people in Hollywood have the craziest lives of all time, and they're not just sad narcissists who lie all the time.
Yeah. I actually.
It's crazy, man. For real?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I was opening for Carlos Mencia back in the day. And we were on like the tour bus, right? And this chick comes out and she's like, Carlos, I want to fuck you and shit. And he pulls her on the bus and then she goes in the back room.
Yeah.
And then,
To fuck him.
yeah, to fuck him.
Yeah.
She just goes back there and like just spreads her pussy open and
Yeah.
just passes out.
Yeah.
And then Carlos like, you should go fuck her and pretend that you're meat. And
Was
then
this when you were? I
was a little person.
a midget. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a midget for a number of years.
A Mercer person.
A Mercer person.
Yeah.
I got the bone expanding surgery.
Yeah.
Where you get 14 surgeries.
Man, what a hilarious anecdote.
Yeah.
That you had sex with a woman in the dark.
Right, yeah. That
And
she didn't know.
She
Yeah.
was it was you.
I was wearing a big sombrero and I was like, hey, fool, it's me, Carlos, and shit.
Yeah.
But if she was a woman expecting to have sex, she doesn't really care who it is, right?
Right, no, it's her fault, really.
Yeah.
For being in that situation. Yeah.
Big bead of sweat wiped off my forehead.
Yeah.
I was afraid that was a bad story.
Did you guys know I was in one of the planes that hit the Twin Towers?
I did.
And also I worked in the Twin Towers.
Yeah. I was actually all the Jews that didn't go that day.
Yep. Steve ran Aziz Ansari. Yep.
Oh, so something just happened, Jace? This is very funny.
What?
It is embarrassing, so I don't know if we want to cut it out. But
Let's say.
you know how the dogs piss and shit on the mats back there?
Oh, of course.
Apparently the neighbors just came out and complained to Katie that they smell really bad and that we need to do something about it.
Yeah, it does.
We got artificial turf back there that the dogs like piss and shit on. We have a power washer that we spray it down to get the piss smell out. But apparently it's not enough, and we just have to get rid of it.
Yeah, it smells really bad. It's not good.
Can you smell it out in the street, though?
I mean, sometimes, yeah.
Man, we are shitty neighbors. Our house smells like piss and shit.
I kind of brought it up that sometimes my room like smells like shit and piss if it like piles up too much.
Damn.
Because my room's on that side of the house.
Yeah, you have to remove the shit. You don't just move it away with the hose.
No, I removed the shit, but then since they pee on it, you have to like hose it down to get the piss to go down and go in the drain.
But there was one time when I walked back there and it looked like the manure pile that in Back to the Future 3 that he falls into.
Yeah, he hates manure.
If me and Katie were gone for like a week once, and when we came back, it was just like stacked to the ceiling.
Yeah,
Just
it looked like the Jurassic Park shit that she like sticks her hands in.
Yeah, my downstairs neighbors, the dog shits by the trash cans. And shits and piss by the trash cans. And then she likes to call and verbatim be like, move your stupid lights. Would you like it if we put blinking lights in front of your kitchen window? It keeps us up all night. And then my daughter goes, she sleeps in the kitchen?
That's really funny. What a great line.
It's great. Great.
Very
stuff.
funny, your daughter.
Oh, she's hilarious.
Yeah, she really was roasting Kevin on the phone. I was like, Kevin,
She sleeps in the kitchen? It's like a Rodney like cadence. Too.
Yeah. Well, I called Kevin. He put me on speakerphone. I was trying to be polite. I'm like, oh, hello, Kevin. I know it's late notice, but if you weren't busy later, and she goes, he's not doing nothing.
Oh, that's
no, I
funny.
think she goes, he's got a real busy schedule.
That was, yeah.
Oh, wow. Your daughter is like...
That was my wife.
Oh, that was your wife?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
my
yeah.
apologies.
Oh, okay.
And Annie was like, he's not doing anything.
Your daughter's just Google imaging like a Wojak Doomer and just pointing at it and going, Daddy,
Yeah.
that's Daddy. And she points to you, Daddy, that's you. You're Wojak Doomer.
Oh,
She goes, but then she types in wage cuck. She goes, at least you're not Wojak wage cuck. Right, Daddy?
she's pointing at it like a autistic person points at a cards of emotions.
Right.
I feel these.
And then she was pulling up a picture of Jordan Peterson's daughter, and she goes, I'm going to be this when I grow up.
In the sexy lobster suit.
The sexy lobster. She goes, I'm going to convince my dad to lose his mind slowly. I'm going to poison him against himself.
Oh, man. I love that conspiracy.
And he's going to be in a coma one day.
Man, she's a crazy bitch, though.
Yeah, she is really crazy. Eats nothing but meat, that bitch.
yeah, she's a little nutty. I don't think
Sounds like my
she
type of
loves
lady.
meat. You don't buy that she poisoned the great Jordan Peterson?
No.
I mean, he has gone off the rails cuckoo, though.
Because
Yeah.
of addiction.
Yeah, he got addicted to drugs. He ended up in a coma in like fucking Russia.
Yeah, it was like
Tale
2
as old
years.
as time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's he's still going through it. He's still dealing with it.
I joke, but this happens all the time to people where they're prescribed something and then it fucks their life up.
Oh, 100%.
So bad.
I was
Yeah.
telling you about the Xanax I bought for that flight. It was like, it's dangerous. I have a little bit saved when I have to fly back in December.
Maybe I'll take it tonight.
Well, I took it a couple times, and then I was literally waking up in the morning, and I'm like, I should take Xanax. Like, I was getting that after taking like 3 times. I was like waking up in the morning and immediately wanting to take a Xanax because that's how amazing it makes you feel.
Yeah.
I've never felt better in my entire life.
I don't know what addiction's like. I do everything because I want to.
You're ironclad Kevin. You're
Yeah.
constantly doing kettlebell workouts and going in the sauna.
Wow, Kevin's just got a nice bowl there.
Hell yeah, dude.
Must be nice.
Gandalf the Gay over here. I know I've called you that like 14 times.
I just hit a strike because I knock down 10 bowls at a time. You know what I mean? Hell yeah.
Nice. You
Yeah.
guys see COVID is really bad?
Yeah, it's fucked up actually.
All right, so anyway.
I really think I think what these people need is another podcast. I think we should figure out a way to get another hour out
Yeah,
there. You know?
Gavin Newsom actually said that he's going to be instituting. There needs to be more quasi alt right podcasts out there.
Yeah.
where they're kind of also Democrats, but not really.
Well, we're just the world's on fire, and we're handcuffed.
How about yours?
And you're handcuffed to a pole. You know what I mean? It's just like you might as well, make some jokes. That's what I always said about the witches of Eastwick, or the when they burned them at the stake. It's like, you're gonna die anyway. Why are you screaming?
With the Crucible, you mean?
Yeah. The Crucible.
The Witches of Eastwick.
I don't know.
The movie where Jack Nicholson fucks a bunch of women.
Yeah, that one. That's why are you screaming? Mm-hmm. Just make a joke.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at least. Wow.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah.
COVID.
Yeah. COVID's bad. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's not good. Newsom, what did he ban? All water? You can't you can't drink water.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom said you're not legally allowed to exist on this physical plane, but protests are fine.
Protests are good. We support you. 100%.
If you go protest this week, you get to go visit your family during Christmas.
Wow, that's so generous. Unfortunately, shitting has been outlawed. So, feel free to be in the streets shouting, but no pooping.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't operate a business, but you can burn it to the ground.
Folks,
I'm Nick DePaul.
How about my protest?
Making good points.
How about, can I protest the lockdown? Is that protest okay? Like if I just leave my restaurant open?
He did say all protests, but I think it has to be Black Lives Matter specific.
Oh.
But if you could spin like I'm a black business owner, just become a Rachel Dolezal type figure. Be like in blackface in front of your store. Be like, I'm a black business owner. I will not let the white man suppress me. You could probably keep your store open, honestly, I think.
Yeah, I feel like you could. And if
either that or a tank would burn it to the ground. I honestly don't know anymore.
Well, can you imagine if you basically did that as a black man, and then the government's like, no, it's the fucking law. We're shutting everything down. I'm doing it. And then the cops come. Now we got another video.
Right,
you know
sure.
What I mean? Classic case that I just made up.
I never even checked to make sure it was recording. It is recording.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm
We didn't want to miss all the COVID gold.
No, so good. I mean, where are we at? I mean, what's the plan? Are you guys aware of what the plan is? What Newsom's plan?
We're doing the same shit we did that didn't work the first time.
Yeah, we're doing
we
the
didn't do it long
lockdowns.
enough, which was a lot of the theories. It was that the lockdown and the quarantine shit didn't happen long enough.
But it's just at this point, dude, like not to be like too serious, but like fucking 1 out of 5 people are like literally like not having enough food to eat for the week. 1 in 3 families in America does not have enough groceries to last them till the end of the week.
Yeah.
That's literally like 33% of Americans are facing that right now. So I know COVID's bad, but literally like a third of the country, 100 million people are like starving to death. So what are we going to do?
And they're willingly not watching the Chappelle show to make sure that, you know what? Because fuck those big guys, the big entertainment.
I can't believe Dave Chappelle isn't getting paid enough money.
Right, I know.
That's fucked up.
It's real messed up.
Man can't even buy all of Ohio now.
Yeah.
Did
Only
anyone
half of
think
it.
that was tone deaf at all?
Oh, 100%.
I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, it was pretty tone deaf, which I've usually been on board with Chappelle with like pretty much everything.
Yeah, I was on board with half of that whole fucking thing. There was I get it. Be pissed off, but come on.
Yeah.
It just ain't the time. It ain't the right
I watched it. I was like, is this dude broke?
Yeah. It's off. I mean, I don't know. And I love that he was like, Netflix, they're on it. They want to keep doing work with you, dude. That's why they're doing that.
They bought 5 specials from you.
Yeah. What? I mean, they're just going to dish out millions of dollars, make a bunch of money.
Right.
And then be like, yeah, we're playing it anyway. Screw you.
Yeah, it was very tone deaf.
Oh, wow.
And that's why I'm releasing my special on YouTube, like every other great comedian.
Yeah, I'm going to release mine. It's called I'm Starving.
You do the same exact thing as Chappelle, black and white, you on a stool.
Yeah.
Being like, the thing about these motherfuckers, they won't tell you.
Yeah, it's a 20-minute Facebook or Instagram video of me saying how they wouldn't honor my coupons.
Yeah.
But I start out with like a bunch of stories about all the times I've been fucked over in my life.
You're telling a story about fucking Booker T. Washington in the Civil War.
Yeah.
And it somehow ends up to you not getting the 2-for-1 cookie coupon.
Yeah, I showed her. I said, look, it's the Blue Chips Ahoy bag right there. She goes, no, sir, it's the other bag.
Right.
And I go, I'm not walking back over there.
Sir, this coupon expired in 2014.
Yeah. Oh, Tracy, you're going to get yours. Fucking Tracy down at the Vaughn's always fucking me over.
You're wearing a big diaper again.
Yeah. 1812.
Every bit you're wearing a giant diaper.
I go wah wah boo hoo hoo wah wah. That's the I'm sarcastically whining about the world.
Right.
Wah boo hoo wah 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 wah. Netflix won't give me my money. Comedy Central fucked me over. I signed a legal document. Now I'm pissed.
Right.
Guys, I know. Look, I understand that we're here in Auschwitz. I get it. I told. See you later. No, I won't. I won't see you later. Oh, you're going. Okay, well, get clean. Anyway, so Comedy Central. Look, this is a good show, right? You remember that? They were trying. Remember, they tried to give me $200 million. I said nope.
Yeah, people are getting executed outside the comedy club.
Yeah,
Just getting their heads cut off by ISIS.
yeah. He's like, look, I got this one Jack and Coke. That's it from the bar. That guy right there. He said one drink per performer.
And listen, I could probably talk him into another one, but it's degrading to me.
I'm eating nachos in front of like just the all those infomercials of the starving children with a distended belly.
Yeah.
Just the most like podunk Arkansas kid. Hi, can I have some of them nachos? I'm fucking eating. I'm going, man, fucking. And they want to give me another season too. I wouldn't do it though, but
Yeah, you drop a chip and a kid dies for it and you step on his hand.
Papa needs a new battery for his iron lung. Can you give me some for my batteries for Papa's lungs?
You just
Gross.
talk about Hollywood.
Man, I can't get hired for. Well, actually, everybody wants me, but I'm always working. Actually, but shit.
I never want to need for money again, but man, they're fucking me.
It's kind of funny. Like the guy, like he's clearly like a comedic genius, but like the dude hasn't said anything funny in like over a year.
Yeah.
Well, come on. He put out like 3 specials. There was a lot there.
Yeah. Okay, Kevin, that's a good point. But still, it's
fucking-
interesting to go like even his podcast appearances, like he didn't say anything funny. It's just like, dude, say something funny.
Well, I feel like Chappelle is
He
becoming.
put out 2 specials where he didn't say anything funny on YouTube.
Yeah,
He's becoming
not
like
working.
the philosopher comic now.
Yeah.
I feel like in 10 years, like Chappelle is just going to go on stage and be like, "That's the thing you don't understand. They're trying to control you." And then it's like,
So he's just Russ Cole now.
he's Russ Cole, and we're like, we've known about this for 25 years.
Yeah.
The nation has
Right.
been blackpilled since 2015.
He just goes on stage and plays a Terrence McKenna recording.
Right, yeah. And he goes, the thing is, like, Obama did drone strikes. We all know about the drone strikes. It's a meme now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I don't know if you all know this, but we used to be cavemen.
I bet Dave
love
Chappelle goes on
Chappelle.
4chan.
I get it, man. I've been up my own ass before. Just because you're famous and you got a huge platform and you feel righteous indignation because you missed out on a shit ton of money because you signed a contract being a naive kid, like every big person in Hollywood has probably done. Like probably everybody's done if they've ever been given an opportunity. You're getting fucked over in some way. You know what I mean? And it's just like I've loved everything that he. So I mean, it's just like I get it. It is hilarious to think of like when he put it out, and it was from that day. It wasn't like, oh, this was pre-recorded, so he wasn't aware
Right.
of all the poverty and the craziness in the world and the people dying in the civil unrest. It's literally like he's aware. He's talking about what's going on. You know.
Right.
What are you gonna do? They can't. They can't all be home runs. Does that mean you stop swinging? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he was down. We got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got it.
can't we effectively canceled Dave Chappelle.
And he goes,
Cancel.
"This is why I'm an alcoholic and why I smoke so much."
Wait, did he say that?
Yeah, he said that in the special. He goes, "They accused me of smoking crack." He's like, "I didn't then, but I do now because you guys fucked me over. That's why I drink and smoke so much." It's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very
It's like that Norm Macdonald joke where it said that it's always like some old outlaw at a bar talking about the bottle and stuff and about how a woman left him.
Yeah.
like 40 years ago. He's like, isn't it really just about the bottle at this point?
So much more time with the bottle.
Yeah.
Fuck that woman like 5 times.
I mean,
Drank every day for 40 years.
that's that kind of shit sticks with you. You know what I mean? That woman, she had great hips.
Right.
She wore a bosset. Right?
Yeah, I want to be the guy at 55 who's like almost ODing on Xanax, like I'm Hunter Biden, and I just go, I just had a rough childhood, man.
Oh, dude. Well,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing now.
I've been doing Xanax for 45 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm just drinking myself to oblivion I'm drinking alcohol that I've made. It's currently residing in my shoe. And I'm just drinking out of my own shoe and just like actively shitting all over a wall.
Right.
Fucking would have let me senior class president. Said I wasn't presidential material on account I didn't make good paper airplanes or something stupid.
You're dressed like the drunk guy from the Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah.
You have a tie and a
Oh,
big,
the town drunk guy.
and he always had a hat that was like a skew.
A skew hat is part and parcel to being
Right.
drunk.
He's like, well, Andy, you got to lock me up. I got drunk and beat the shit out of my wife again.
Audience, laughter, applause.
Well, Andy, she's nearly dead. He caved her head in with an ironer.
Oh, Andy, it's going to take a month to clean up the brains. I can't do a good Barney fight.
No, but I want you to go in there and I want you to squeeze that woman's titty before she dies.
All right. Oh, man. Ben, last week we talked with you, and last time you were here in the office for our last appointment, we talked about how scared you were, that you were worried what all these QAnon people are going to do once they have to move on, because it's been like 15 years. Are you still worried?
No,
This is an interview show now.
I kind of just like, I go through things where like, I'm really upset and like confused about stuff, and then I just accept it.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just in the phase where I'm like, yeah, I mean, what's the, like, let's say best case scenario, they all renounce QAnon, and it's like, there's still so many problems. It's like, I mean, what the fuck? There's still so much division. I mean, take Q out of the equation, it's still so beyond fucked.
Yeah.
It's like, what's even the point of fixating on this one thing?
Yeah, I mean, most of it, it's just like, I mean, what is the big, somebody comes out on their front lawn and they go, I changed my opinion. And then they go back inside.
The bigger problem is like,
Can you stop the
hey,
dogs,
stop.
please? They shouldn't be in here.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
Bad dogs.
Yeah.
Bad dogs.
What's the bigger problem?
Well, there's dogs at the moment. The bigger problem is what's coming down the pike. And it doesn't have to be
The pipe?
The pike. What's coming down the pipe?
I don't know what the pipe is.
I think it just means like sort of the. Well,
The ass.
I don't see time as linear, but you guys do, so I'm trying to relate to you.
Oh,
it's like
okay,
the pipe means like the linear
Okay.
movement of time that you're trapped in.
You see most things as a pipe. Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Because you played so much Mario as a kid.
The thing coming down the pipe of like
Can we for real get the dogs out?
dogs are literally like almost throwing up. They're like fighting and throwing up on each other.
Jesus.
They ruin every episode. It's kind of a tradition at this point.
Well, I mean, it's so easy to solve. It's the easiest problem to solve.
Yeah, I think also your how you're feeling in a given moment definitely necessitates how kind of bummed out you are about the entire universe.
What do you see coming down the pipe?
the thing coming down the pipe of we're gonna have problems with disinformation or misinformation on a level that's really hard to comprehend.
We got a regular Nostradamus over here.
More so than like I remember in 2016, I found like 6 or 7 news sources that said Trump won the popular vote, because I was talking to someone back home and they believed Trump won the popular vote.
Right.
And that was like a moment for me where I go, wait a minute. And I Googled it, and I actually was able to find quote unquote credible news sources that were saying he won by like 200,000 votes, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is a problem. And now that problem is, 4 or 5-fold what it was then, right? In terms of people getting misinformation.
Right.
But I was thinking a lot today about we don't even really have the deep fakes stuff yet, where it's just like we're kind of lucky now to be able to do 9 hours of research to actually find out if like the Dominion voting systems are in fact fraudulent or not. Like you can actually do the research and kind of find out what's going on. It just takes you like an entire day. Like you have to like go to the library and like read and shit.
Yeah.
But in the future, we won't even be able to know what's real anymore. Like you'll see videos where the president's announcing that, you know, there's nuclear warheads aimed at the U.S. as we speak, and they could be fired at any moment. And it's a completely fake video. But it'll be impossible to tell what's real or not.
Well, and then also a big thing is people are going to be arguing all the same points, but they're going to have different, and this is currently happening, they all have different data sets to pull from.
Right.
Everybody's getting, like, you can kind of see a story, and it gets told from 8 different angles, and everybody's going to pick up some different angle based on where they get the news from, unless they're incredibly hyper diligent about researching something, which who has the fucking time?
Right.
Yeah, we have jobs.
Yeah, we have jobs. Most people's politics these days come from memes, if anything.
100%.
You know, I was thinking about that today, specifically, like I brought this up earlier, the Obama drone strike thing, which is like, that's like now become a meme, and you'll talk to people about politics and they'll be like, yeah, the Obama drone strike thing. And it's just like, like, yes, but like, I feel like you have done no research outside of that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize today, nobody talks about this, Trump's like done more drone strikes in 4 years than Obama did in 8. Like, he's the new leader.
Hell yeah.
For drone strikes, you know what I mean? But because it just gets factored through this meme type of thing,
Right.
he's the drone striker. Or the same way with the Moderna thing, the vaccine that came out, everybody's tweeting that Dolly Parton like invented the Moderna vaccine because she donated $1 million.
Really?
Speaking of nuclear warheads.
Yeah, but I was actually researching. Yeah, she got some big. She donated her titties to the vaccine.
Hell yeah.
Fed a whole village for a week.
Right? Yeah, the scientists are just like, we are so honey now, we will get the vaccine. She's like, you can see my pussy if you cure it.
They fumble their beakers.
Yeah, just racing around the clock. Yeah.
All the test tubes crack.
Yeah.
But the thing
Dolly
is,
farting.
I was looking at, yeah, I was looking into it. Fucking Trump is actually responsible for the vaccine, but nobody talks about that either. He commissioned Operation Warp Speed, which invested $10 billion to Pfizer and Moderna to develop these vaccines so quickly. And Dolly Parton's $1 million were literally pulled into that Operation Warp Speed thing and sent to Moderna. But nobody, because they get all their information from vaccines, people are literally like, Dolly Parton getting that first class plane ticket to heaven. Like, I'm seeing tweets like that.
God.
And like her total donations were literally 0.006% of what the government sent to Moderna.
They gave Moderna $10 billion, right?
They gave Moderna and Pfizer and then one other $10 billion literally to be like, okay, you just start making these vaccines like now. We're going to assume they're correct, like they actually work. And then if they're not, you just got to throw them away, but we need to get these stockpiled.
Right.
And so they literally like figured out 2 weeks ago that they work, and we've already built like 400 million of them because we gave these companies so much money.
Yeah, but Trump's all bad because it's easier to organize in my head who's all bad and who's all good.
Right, exactly.
It's so much easier. No, he's bad. He's good. No, he's complicated.
Right.
No.
So if you're just like stepping into these different monoliths of thought that exist, like Fox News or Rachel Maddow or just memes I see on Instagram or like Chapo Trap House, you just have this incomplete view of everything.
Yeah. So I saw this viral video on Instagram of a bunch of baby giraffes, like in this park.
Did you come hella fast?
Well, like I have like
a joke nobody laughs at. Great, and it was disgusting. Thanks, guys.
I have like the smallest amount of like critical thinking skills applying, and like my eyes, and I'm like, it's fake. The giraffes are this fucking big, and they're like crawling on people and like licking their face and stuff.
Oh, they're little baby giraffes?
It's clearly CGI.
Right, yeah.
It's clearly fucking CGI. But the video is shot like on an iPhone, and the CGI effects were so like half of the fucking comments are people like, oh my God, I want to go there so bad, or oh my God, I want one. They don't even understand that it's fake.
Right. Because they're
But
all...
for the first couple seconds, you do think it's real. But it's clearly not.
Yeah.
It's clearly retarded, fake bullshit.
Yeah, but everybody's just on Oxycontin.
I guess. So, like, we're kind of already there in terms of, like, yeah, I guess Yeah, once there's a video of like the president getting beheaded, or like they're gonna have videos of like Muslims blowing something up or something, then it's like,
Kathy
yeah,
Griffin
just
already did it.
well, now half the country just thinks the Freedom Tower went down again, even though it didn't. And then if you try to show them a video of it that it's still up, they go, that's doctored and it's fake news, and that's
doctored.
the fake one actually. And I have a friend in New York, and it's actually got blown up.
Well, that's why I'm concerned about this vaccine and stuff, because there's a lot of information out there. People going, don't take it, man. Like, it's going to be hard to cure this thing, man.
Right. A lot of people aren't going to take it. I mean, I even get those worries, honestly. That's why I was researching the vaccine, because that's the problem is we've been lied to so much. How do you trust anymore? Like, I don't trust Pfizer.
I don't want to take it.
They're fucking Pfizer, you know? I still will after I did all that. I did all that research, and it seemed pretty...
I mean...
Yeah, you did research on vaccine.gov.
Yeah, vaccine.katie's anti-vaxxer website.
You just like to watch a lot of... You guys watching those videos where the guys are getting the needles stuck in their butt cheek? And you're like, this is for education. This is how you administer the COVID vaccination.
I watch those cane whipping videos from Japan that they do to prisoners. Have you seen those?
No.
Dude, it's crazy. They literally like strap somebody to a board so that their entire like body is like flat against the board.
Right.
And then so this guy just takes this giant whip and literally like crow hops like into their back. And that's like the punishment for stealing. In like China, excuse me, not Japan.
Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living.
Whipping Chinese people until the fucking dead.
I like to see the skin fall right off their back, because this guy stole 1 gallon of milk and now he's going to die. I don't even know what the rest of that melody was.
I'm back in simulation theory, boys.
Oh, you're back to it's all fake.
Yeah.
Nothing's real.
Yeah.
It's a nice place to be.
Video game world, boys.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm about to simulate smoking this bowl, dude. Fucking, this is the drone strike right here. You know what I mean?
You're about to drone strike your own brain.
I'm about to drone strike my fucking brain cells, dude.
Yeah. There's a 4-star general in Kevin's head going, he feels sad. Release the drones.
Yeah.
And there's just a bomb that says THC on it, just landing on a little Pakistani child inside your brain.
COVID,
dude.
That's a neuron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin's brain loves weed.
Yeah.
I just like being the weed guy, you know? I watched, you know, my idols growing up were like Beavis and Butthead.
Sure.
I was like, I want to be like those guys. You know?
Yeah.
I would tell Mom, that's what I'm going to be when I grow up. You know, I would point to a guy who just got arrested for vagrancy. Right. Like, that's who I'd sit on my grandpa's lap. What do you want to be when you be anything? You be the president of the United States, Kevin. And I'd go, I want to be a vagrant.
Yeah, you had a poster of Tally in your childhood bedroom.
Yeah, the only goal I ever had was one time you know how you can stay in a place for long enough and then it's yours? That was it. I was like, this abandoned building's going to be mine if I can stay here for another 7 years. Legally, it's mine. Got to have goals.
Yeah,
you know
big
what I mean?
top hat.
Yeah. First job interview. Where you see yourself in 10 years? Owning that warehouse that I've been sleeping in. God willing, fingers crossed, nobody comes by.
It's run down and the rats try to kill me at night, but you know, it's home.
Cops always come by to skitter off.
Oh, we're to hour 3, boys, by the way.
I sleep in a big oil can so the cops can't find me. There's a bunch of roaches in there. But that's my dream.
They my family. Family is family.
Ohana.
Yeah, Ohana means family, as we learned from Lilo and Stitch.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Really kind of an edgy movie.
Well, they had to edit out a scene in the movie because of 9/11. You know that, right? There was a scene where they were in an airplane that like crashes into a building.
Yeah.
And it was like coming out the day after 9/11.
Yeah.
So George Bush called up and he was like, hey, I'm going to do 9/11 on that day. You should edit that scene out.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, thank you, President George Bush, for the warning.
Hey, Disney. It's me, W.
I like Lilo and Stitch. I'm doing Herbert Walker.
I'm doing George Washington.
I'm doing George Washington
What's
Bush.
George Washington sound like? Is he English?
Help me.
I'm in hell for owning slaves.
Was that motherfucker born in England?
No, he was born in America.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
American.
Every president has been born in America. Yeah. Are you fact checking me right now?
Yeah.
I swear to God, this literally came up like a week ago. That George Washington was born in America.
Just double check, though.
Oh, he was born in Virginia.
Yep, there you go. And he owned slaves from the day he was born. He had a little, back then they would have, when you were born, they would give you little baby slaves that you were supposed to grow up with.
Wow.
Like a little, like when a couple has a kid and they get a puppy at the same time so they can take cute photos together. It's kind of like that.
I didn't realize Virginia was so close to Washington, D.C.
Yeah. And then George Washington grew up and he took all of his slaves' teeth. Did you know that?
No.
He literally, because he had fake teeth, a lot of his fake teeth, like the rumor is always that it's made out of wood, but he also would buy teeth from slaves to make dentures because they made dentures out of real teeth back then.
Give him like a half an apple.
Yeah.
Like, here you go.
Yeah, you haven't brushed your teeth in 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's hard food for the first time in 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, your teeth fell out. Well, I guess I'll take these.
Aw, bummer. You got the apple, though.
You better save that core. You can make some soup out of that.
I have a retard question real quick. Is Washington, D.C. a state or just a district?
It's, I forget the actual name for it, but it's not like a state, is it?
It's just
DC?
so it's just a district then, right?
I think
Yeah.
so. I think
Yes.
it's just a district, but it does have
It's
electoral
factually a district.
votes. It has electoral votes.
But it's in Maryland?
It's between Maryland and Virginia.
So what state do you file taxes in if you live in Washington, D.C.?
I think DC,
Interesting.
I
but
think
it's not
so.
a state?
but it's not a state. No. Yeah, I mean, we're just proving how actually retarded we are. Yeah.
Here's geography with brain jail. So I got an email here. This is the lady I was talking about earlier. Question from a lady listener. Hey guys, I was introduced to your show through my husband, who blasts male comedian podcasts throughout the day. There are always moments of all these comedy bro shows that I genuinely laugh at, but typically after 30 to 40 minutes, the energy becomes so saturated with testosterone that I beg him to use some earphones. But your show is different. No joke. I think you are all hysterical and have never once felt the veil of toxic masculinity settle over the convo. I have some theories as to why this could be, but I want to hear it from you. Does this surprise you, or do you have some self-awareness about why you appear so inoffensive and adorable to a female listener? Keep being yourselves. I'm proud of you all.
Probably that we just get a lot of pussy. So
Yeah, we fuck all the time.
we're not toxic because of that.
That's usually, you guys, how I get mad if there's not like a lot of pre-planning of when we're going to record. Because I'm usually in the middle of a fuck session, bro.
Yeah.
You're like, what are you doing tonight at 8? I go, same thing I'm doing right now at 2 in the afternoon. Fucking my wife
Again, that's squishing.
all day. No, it's usually like I'll do like 20 seconds and then it's like an hour break.
Right,
Just to
sure.
get ready again.
Like high intensity training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great stuff.
That's how you get so jacked.
Yeah. No, I would say it's part and parcel with why the podcast is called Brain Jail, because I think we all are. I know me. I can speak for me and Jace when I say we both are very. We have like the disease of empathy, like kind of cranked up empathy, and so you worry about what people are going to say, and you don't want to make people sad or pissed off. Like that's not like
Right.
something that.
So just rest assured that we do also hate women, but we just know we shouldn't talk about
We
it.
just know the right things to say.
because we're all big phonies.
Yeah, we're big pretendos.
Oh, this podcast goes off and we're like, we hate black people, we hate women.
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans, no thank you.
Right. I don't think.
Eskimos, I hate the most.
Oh yeah, they're fucking cold
They're so goddamn cold.
with all their dumbass homemade clothes. I made this out of a buffalo I killed
Yeah.
or whatever is around here.
We're drone striking Eskimos.
Go to Target, bro. You fucking weirdo. Gross.
Yeah, just seem fat for a year. Probably we're just also not incredibly successful. I feel like being incredibly successful at entertainment just makes you into an asshole, like automatically.
Yeah. I'm very. I don't know. I'm very. I watch my mouth around my wife. I've always told my kids when it comes to like saying bad stuff, know your audience. Which is something my buddy Brian Baker used to say.
BB
BB
King.
and he's great. But because it's just like I don't it doesn't give me pleasure to like be an asshole.
Right.
And I'm not really, I don't really have that strong of opinions about anything. Like I'm kind of chill. So it's easy to just kind of, I don't know, try it and be a nice guy and not piss people off and try to make, people happy around you.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's obvious. And you guys, both of you guys, and your moms too,
Yeah.
making the world a worse place. Except for last night.
Yeah.
When I was nailing your moms.
Oh, dude, come on, man.
Hell yeah.
We told you to stop fucking them.
Sorry.
You're making them come too much.
She calls me. She goes, my black eye's almost healed. You want to come over? And I go, bitch, you better have some cover up on that black eye.
Right.
Or I'll hit you in the other one.
You call our mom the Black Eyed Pea.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause her name's Patricia.
Oh,
Her name's also Patrice.
really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
She wears a big purple fedora.
Yeah. Patrice O'Neill Avery. Yeah.
She's got a $4,000 suit she wears.
Yep, that's exactly. And she hates women.
Hates them. Yeah, she's logical.
Yeah.
Ben, what do you think?
So District of Columbia has electoral college
Oh my
votes,
God.
and they pay a tax to the District of Columbia.
Right,
But
yeah.
it's only 600,000 people, and most are African American, interestingly enough. And the most people that live there are non-permanent residents, so they pay taxes in their home state.
Yeah. Interesting. That makes sense.
Got another email here from
DC used to be a nightmare city back in the
I know.
80s.
Yeah.
When
DC Sniper.
Cocaine. Yeah. Because the CIA actually gave it all to the African American.
And everyone was a sniper.
And every black person was a sniper. There's like, there's only one way you're going to make it out of this prison they put us in. You either going to learn how to dribble a basketball or you're going to start shooting people from your car. And son, you ain't got no jump hook.
It's
He Got Game, but for school shooters. They say you one of the top school shooters in the country right now. Seems like everybody's after you.
Can you give me one?
I got to get you to commit to shoot up Cape Town, New Jersey High School. It's the only way I can get out of prison for life. I went to prison for being alt-right.
But I only did 6 months.
I only did 6 months for good behavior.
I went to prison for tweeting the N-word.
They said it was just the N-word, but you could feel the hate in the way I typed it.
Yeah.
I broke every letter key when I was typing that word out. The G was broken by the time I got to the second one.
When I take it to the Apple store, they go, was you tapping the N-word again? Because your screen is busted as shit.
Sir, yeah, we actually scanned your computer. We can tell that you've typed the N-word into Microsoft Word 5 million times.
Hello, I'd like to order a novelty keyboard. I just... is there any way I could just get a couple of letters on
Yeah,
there?
like 4 letters.
Just,
5, excuse me.
yeah, okay. And an exclamation point. That'd be great, yeah.
Yeah,
I minded me talking on the phone.
right.
For
That
the
was good. Yeah,
listeners.
that was good object work.
I go, hello, folks. Hello. Look, this is a phone.
Hello, I'm racist.
There's always a guy in the audience who goes, you didn't explain it wasn't a banana. It could have been.
Right.
That's another layer. From Hunter, he says he needs advice. He says he has a predicament. I date women but lose interest after a couple of weeks and start chasing someone new. I've been this way a while, not sure what this says about me, but I bet y'all have a couple ideas. My question is, should I be worried I'm addicted to the novelty of new women, or is it just how dating works in 2020? Thanks. You guys are the best, Hunter.
This one's probably for me since you guys, are both gay married now.
Well, I'll tell you how I did it back in the 90s. Go ahead.
Just advice that go to church.
Go to church.
Meet a woman in 1994.
Look, you want to find a woman, you observe her from afar.
You put on your best flannel tee.
Yeah.
Yeah. You listen to your Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. You look at how she interacts with her parents. Is she a hard worker? You know? Does she make your wiener tingle? And then you deny that tingle for the rest of like the next 5 years.
Right.
And then you go on a cruise ship
Yep.
and you try to have sex with her.
But you're too
But
constipated.
you're too constipated.
Yeah. Can't do it.
Anyway, it's the only advice I can give.
Yep.
Now, I think that is kind of sadly part of dating in 2020, just with the apps and everything. Because I noticed this in myself too. I'll date somebody and I just don't like them after like 3 weeks. I don't want to see them anymore.
Right.
But there's probably also, I mean, just from knowing myself, there's probably also a part of you that's just addicted to that.
Yeah.
Just addicted to like romancing a woman and making her like you, which is not, necessarily good. So maybe you should probably like, I don't know, just work on it or whatever, like maybe therapy or, self-examination, meditation or something like that. But yeah, I get the struggle. I do the same thing. When I was younger, I used to convince myself that I was in love with somebody. Literally, like I would go on 2 dates with them. I'm like, I'm in love with this person.
Yeah. And
then I would fuck them, and then I immediately would realize that I didn't even like being around them that much.
A man.
And then
wow, it's a man.
Wow.
And then I would awkwardly have to be like, hey, I'm sorry, I don't think.
Yeah.
And then it would just, somebody else would end up getting hurt a lot. So
yeah.
That's the problem with dating is, you just bring your own issues into it a lot of the time.
I fall in love easy. I fell in love. That's one of the reasons why I do really feel guarded around women. Is because I fall in love like quick, man. I dated a girl for like 3 months in high school, and then we broke up. I broke up with her because we got into one fight. And
right.
I spent a year trying to get her back, Jace. Like writing poetry and shit, and just listening to "Why Can't This Be Love" by Van Halen in my Forerunner. And like it's not good.
Yeah, I think there's something like there's all that like hole that we carry inside of ourselves, and everybody like is trying to kind of fill it for the most part because reality's tough. And I think for people like you or me or whoever, is like a woman is a way to fill that.
Yeah.
And then you like because you kind of hate yourself or like dealing with like some type of like shit that when somebody gets close to you, then you kind of freak out because then you're like I don't like this either. Right. It was just the chase that I liked.
Right.
Because it was something to distract myself from, the waking moment.
Yeah.
That we're all trying to like distract ourselves from at any time with any given set of substances or people or activity or whatever.
Yeah. In any advice though? I mean, you're just explaining the problem in better detail.
Oh, I don't know because I struggle with the same thing.
I'll say this advice, and this is an original thought that I had that I've never heard anybody else say: is don't try to turn a hooker into a housewife.
Right. Sure.
Real talk. Don't try to. And ladies, don't think this is just for the men. Don't try to, turn a Chad into a doomer dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
It's just not. I'm using the language of the day.
Right. You really look like you had Bell's palsy for a second.
I was
half of your face just melts.
I was trying to remember what would be the equivalent of a hooker to a housewife.
Right. A doomer dad.
Modern day, meme culture.
And make it rhyme.
And Ben, I want to make Ben laugh. I'll say this. When he exhaled his vape, there was a little pause at one moment, which made me think, that was a laugh. That was almost a laugh. It's like one of those. So it was worth it. No, for real. Like there's so many people don't even try to predict the future. If you're trying to date somebody and you pick somebody without an erection, come and then think, what's the person that's going to make this last the longest? And look into the future. Because a lot of people just be like, oh, that ass.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that ass, you can't put a ring on it.
Yeah,
you know
maybe more.
You could. It'd be weird.
Just date more consciously. Try to be cognizant of that. Maybe don't fuck somebody immediately.
Yeah.
Maybe wait 3, 4, 5 dates to do something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe you get used to that being like what relationships are.
Yeah.
You do it so much and you're like, oh, this is what a relationship is. You find someone new and then you move on to the next person.
Yeah.
It just becomes the new normal.
So many.
So then
people,
it's just sort of a cycle you're stuck in.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I'm gay.
I think so many people confuse a relationship
Gay.
for sex. Like they think sex is the relationship. Like this sex is going to be sex forever.
Well, I think people also confuse a relationship with the first 4 months of dating. Like that fun first 4 months of dating where it's like, oh, I think I like this. And it's like exciting.
Right.
You guys are laughing all the time. And then you walk into like to her place to hang out for the night and you're like excited to see her.
Right.
And you feel like joy in your heart. And that's that's like a real, not to be a Huey Lewis, but that is like a fucking drug to like just use another person to feel that good.
Yeah.
That can be a real fucking drug. And then if you're a charming person, like me, I get off on being charming for people or like being likable or making somebody laugh. making somebody feel good and them going like, oh, I like you.
Yeah.
That replaces a thing that I struggle to give myself. So that's the real unhealthiness of it. And then it becomes just a long codependency. I'm always tap dancing for somebody type of thing, rather than what a real relationship is, where it's like you guys are both going grocery shopping and taking stuff home, and then you're communicating on the things you need for that week, actually doing real boring stuff and just being together.
Right.
That's like what a real relationship is over a long time. And that's not sexy or fun or anything.
It's not.
Yeah.
I wish it was sexier.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody thinks about what actually will make your relationship last for a long time.
Right.
I also think the first part is figuring out what you want and then going after it. Because most of the times, if you know exactly what you want, you can get it. But if most people have no fucking clue what they actually want.
Right.
They just are like grasping at whatever, appeals to their eye, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, oh, when she gets mad, she does shoot a bow and arrow at me, but great in the sack. It's insane.
Right.
Dude, the couple below me, I don't know how they're able to continue to be alive. Mm-hmm. It's insane. Dude, last night, from about 11:30 till 1:30 in the morning, screaming "fuck you" at the top of their lungs, just back and forth like they were two dogs barking over a fence.
Right,
just screaming "fuck you" over and over again. It's so insane.
That's crazy.
And they've been together for like a decade. Mm-hmm. It's insane.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
They just fucking and sucking a lot, probably.
Yeah. Use your fucking brain when you're picking somebody you're going to spend time with. Mm-hmm. And I mean, this goes for sex and otherwise. Your time is, the people around you will shape what your existence becomes. And a lot of people choose to have friends and relationships that the existence that they're having is absolutely fucking miserable. Mm-hmm. And they go, I'm going to fix him though.
Right.
I'm going to fix it and make it better.
Yeah.
You're not. You're just going to get dragged under.
Yeah, there's this quote. I think it's a Terrence McKenna quote, but Ben, I think you'd like this. He's talking about like walking through life, like just walking through life and being conscious, like in the moment of like what your life is. It's like a floor made out of nothing but razor blades. And people, because that is so painful, they can't stomach to look at that. They build these little bowls for themselves to sit in to protect themselves from getting just cut by what reality fucking is, like to actually accept like, oh, in this moment I am decomposing, I am being torn to pieces like at an atomic level,
right? And
slowly I will disappear, and so will every one of that I love or care about, and there's nothing special about me at all. And that's a very painful thing for, I think, people to accept and walk through life. And I think we're constantly trying to hide ourselves from that, build those little bowls in through whatever type of way, drugs, women, alcohol,
right,
whatever.
Yeah. Step outside of your own body and just look around. Look what you're doing. What's going on, and make your decisions based off of that observation. Because most people don't want to change things because it's painful or it's difficult, or they know how to do what they've been doing subconsciously. Mm-hmm. So Ben keeps going down to the fucking railroad place. Mm-hmm. He's getting the railroad bathrooms. I keep forgetting what it's called.
/ truck stop.
Yeah, the truck stop. Mm-hmm. I call it the snake pit. Because there's a lot of hogs around there, a lot of slitherers.
I call it the gay fucking house.
Welcome to Gay Fuckington Manor, sir.
You tried to open up a B&B called the Gay Fucking House, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a balls and a
balls deep bed and breakfast.
Balls and shit.
Balls and come on, you got it.
You're talking about bed and breakfast?
Yeah, but it's a B&B, but it's
butts
gay.
and balls, buddy.
Shit.
I mean,
what are you doing?
Butts and balls.
Yeah, I was right in
front. Two B's that are sexual and gay?
Man.
Or how about boys and butts? You know what I mean?
I like boys and balls.
Or about how
opening up a boys and balls.
Yeah.
How about a balls deep in boys?
Yeah. Yeah, me and my wife, we retired about I retired about 10 years ago. We opened up a Boys and Balls in the countryside. So we do it on the side just to have fun.
Fuck all the kids all night. And then we fuck a lot of dudes all night. And then in the morning, we make a French toast.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's going to be your bed where you sleep. This bed is 4 feet long for some reason. and it's made out of the creakiest metal to ever exist. And here's a boy's asshole for you to have sex with.
And right here's a microphone and an amplifier that's going to pick up the signal and push it out in the neighborhood.
This entire house is made out of the material that they use in Japanese houses for movies, which is very thin paper that magnifies every sound you make.
It's just a studio house. It's all one room with
it's just
paper
the wall
walls.
Open. Yeah. And your girlfriend will try to fuck in it, but you're kind of nervous because it's so loud, and then she gets mad at you for no reason, and you have a quiet fight.
That would be funny to have like a bed and breakfast that's owned by like two dudes, like two bros, that you come over and you're like, it's perfect for honeymoons and a great romantic getaway. And then they go into the back room. You're like, I'll just be over here in my room. And then it's just a paper wall. And you're like, oh, bro, don't even trip. It's privacy around here. You shut the paper wall. Feel free. Like, there's lots of lubes over there.
I was, when I was living in New York, that would routinely happen. I was looking for new apartments. And you'd walk into this place, and it would be like a German family of 18 people.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, let us show you the room. And then it's like, literally, like, this is it. And they point to a part of the living room that you can pull a curtain over. And it's like literally like $900 a month. And you're like, I like it, but I feel like all these German people are going to be really annoying the whole time.
Yeah, you will sleep in this drawer right here. This is your drawer. You can feel this is like I call this the bathroom because I shit over here.
It is you will notice it is a bucket with a hose running through the window.
This was advertised a 5-bed, 3-bath.
Yes. Also, my grandmother will sleep with you in drawer.
We have 3 buckets. See? 3 baths.
Routinely, we turn into Armenians overnight. We're like werewolf, except we turn into Armenian, which is somehow worse than werewolf.
Oh, man. Did we have any other email? We got a bunch of emails.
Yeah, we had a bunch of emails.
It's all right. Okay. It's all right. We can't get to all of them because, it's time.
What about a head and breakfast?
Oh, now we're talking.
The guy's just like, yeah, it's a regular bed and breakfast up. I'm going to suck you off.
Dude,
I'm going to give you head.
Yeah.
Jace, I guarantee you that exists.
Oh, 100%.
Guarantee you.
Like in some sex positive, like commune, in like New Mexico.
Yeah.
Where they're like, we took over a whole town and made it gay.
Yeah.
A head
They're
and
like,
breakfast.
we were 40 artists failing in Los Angeles, and we decided to ruin a town in New Mexico. We actually changed the name of the town to Butt Sex, New Mexico. And
You got a problem with that?
and every child born in butt sex must become trans.
You are now entering butt sex.
We
Ooh,
also
you a freak.
We also have a little communal art show where you can see trinkets, and everything costs $5,000. Here's a little turtle that I made out of rhinestones and period blood, and that costs $5,000.
Here's the rock. It's special. $5.
And then you're like, how do you guys pay for like this whole? And they're like, well, my dad was the architect of the Iraq War, so we kind of just live off that Iraq War money because it's still going.
New Mexico.
New Mexico. The only thing I don't like is the rest of New Mexico is racist, except the Indians, which are brave.
Yeah, I got all this money because my dad runs a whole sex slave convention, a whole bunch of little kids.
Yeah, the reservation next to us is real mad because we're all gay and they're Native American. And they said we made the whole land gay as shit. Smelly white woman sucks ass. Major big time.
I love that we're covering all the things we're not supposed to.
She's just not feminine like I'm used to seeing.
I would like to see a Native American guy get sucked off and then make that noise.
Oh.
I think it would be more like, oh, wow.
Holy smoke.
The cum floods out of my penis like the dam when it breaks during the winter thaw.
Oh, baby girl. She makes me so hard.
Right.
Oh, baby girl.
Right. You're blowing this Indian guy, and then suddenly all of his dead ancestors appear in Native American heaven.
You suck all of them off.
Yeah, now you have to suck off my ancestors.
I knew there was a reason we burned the bodies. This makes sense now.
If you do not appease the dead, they will come back as skinwalkers and have gay sex with the art commune next door.
But honestly, they make some great decorative headdresses.
They do this thing where they make images out of beads and then iron the beads so they all glue together.
Wow.
Somebody made a Pikachu and I hung it up on my my rear view mirror for my buffalo.
A lot of talent in those annoying people.
Well, folks, Ben,
Trump 2020.
you got any final words, Ben?
Final words. Final turds.
Yeah, go off, King.
My final words are rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Oh, wow.
We'll put it on your tombstone. Well, folks, if you like the podcast at all, we really strongly encourage you to go over to iTunes and leave a 5-star review. People are skipping ahead right here. I almost 100% guarantee. He's rapping. No, because we do good shit after.
Right.
Paranoid as fuck. The cops are here.
You're having a freak out, man.
Yeah.
You're turning into Colonel Kurtz at the end of Apocalypse Now.
Oh, man. Colonel Hurts.
You're
Colonel
shirtless
Squirts.
and you've shaved your whole Colonel Squirts. Colonel Squirts, he lives at the end of the village and he fucks all the natives. You have to kill him with extreme prejudice because he's gay.
Well, folks, that's the kind of stuff, that you really should be writing a 5-star review about. You know what I mean? Because this is all I got left. You know what I mean? We're quarantined here, folks. You know what I mean? This is all I get to do. You know what I mean? Jace has to go to work every day.
Yeah.
With all the guys from a country band.
Country Bear. I work with the Country Bear Jamboree.
Yeah. It's literally...
I'm trying to file my equipment request reports, and there's a big bear playing the flap, the washboard next to me.
And he's about to fire you.
Yeah, and I'm like, Honey Bear, can you keep it down? He goes, we need your productivity up, or you are fired, and we will not be allowing you to collect unemployment.
So another guy's playing the plunger somehow.
With the big string on it.
Yeah. Feel free to send us emails over to brainjopod@gmail.com and tell your friends and family. I just want to say thanks to all the people that sent us messages on Instagram and whatnot about we're their most listened to podcast.
Yeah, on Spotify.
Yes.
Spotify Wrapped.
Some ridiculous amounts of time. That
Yeah,
people
somebody
have
was like,
listened
I listened to the podcast for 30,000 minutes this year.
to. Yeah, and like we've only done 30 minutes. They're just listening to the same stuff. But I get it. Sometimes I like to listen to the old podcast and reminisce about the good old days.
Right.
Yeah.
It would be funny if most of our listens turn out to be just people who've left the podcast on while their dogs are at home.
Yeah.
Just to keep them sane.
Yeah, the dogs come back. Dogs are racist. Keep saying.
They're gone, and we're just doing a Native American sex bet, and the dog's just barking at the phone.
Pete just keeps insinuating she's going to say the N-word.
Yes, excuse me, Brain Jail. My dog hailed Hitler the other day. I tried to throw a Frisbee at him. He hailed Hitler and said, "Fuck you, wage cuck."
Oh, man. Oh, well, folks, let me tell you.
Man.
Ever tell you about the time when I was a barber
Oh,
in the early 1930s?
sure.
It's rough. Depression was right around the corner. And I knew because I also am a time traveler and because I was in the 30s and early,
I'm a
And-
dime traveler.
I remember the
So I do
first.
so much drugs.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
You drop dimes. You always banging dimes too and counting them.
Right.
And
I'm always
spinning
banging.
them.
I'm always
And
banging fives.
always banging five.
Yeah, I'm be dropping a lot of dimes.
Who's the president on the $5 bill?
It's
Jefferson?
Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman. That's right.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
Banging fives.
Yep.
Oh, Andrew Jackson.
Yeah. Which
Who
reminds-
hated Indians?
No, he's on the 20.
Old Hickory.
So it's Jefferson.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is Jefferson.
Hamilton's on the 10.
Yeah.
And Lin-Manuel Miranda's on the 1.
Anyway, so I used to cut a lot of hair.
Right.
Shave a lot of necks. It was rough, because the economy got so bad. I'd have people bring a whole dump truck of dollar bills just to get one shave.
Right.
And then it got so bad, I had to shave for next to nothing, and I could barely. I remember one day I had shaved like 20 dudes, only was able to put enough together for one loaf of bread. that's when I started fucking him right there on the chair.
Yeah.
And I'm not proud of this.
Yeah.
You know? But, it's a lot of guys, you put the warm towel on their neck.
Oh, sure.
And I go, it's to warm your neck up. I look down. Next thing you know, they're at high noon
Right.
in my chair.
You would fuck a guy, and then before you got to the next guy, you would put your dick in the Barbacell thing just to clean it off.
Oh, yeah.
Shake it real quick.
It was right there, No, I used to clean it like Bob Ross cleans a paintbrush.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And just beat the dickens out of it.
But I fucking turned into a long-term thing, and before I know it, it's nearly over 100 years later, and still fucking dudes on my chair.
Yeah, you put your ass over them, and then they fuck you by moving the chair up and down.
Yeah,
with
they
the little side thing.
Yeah.
They pump it. Hey, can I tell you guys the truth?
Yeah.
I forgot how to shave people, even though I run a barber shop. So just all the
Somebody comes to ask for a shave, and you're like, you start cutting sideways with the razor.
yeah, I know they ask for a shave. I try to suck their cock. They're like, what?
Feeling of work, nervousness, or unleash. Typically about an imminent event or
Hell yeah.
something with an uncertain outcome.
Shit, if this gonna be that kind of party, I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potato. Oh God, they're gonna know I'm dumb.